Hello everybody and welcome to Classic Car Republic. Today we are looking at the beautiful English coastline of Sussex, Newhaven in particular, because we're on the ferry to Dieppe. Why are we going to Dieppe? A very good reason. We're going to the Le Mans 24-hour race. After a hiatus of 3 years and reduced capacity and virtual racing, we're finally back at the track, and it's going to be an awesome year. This year we've got 62 competitors who are racing for ultimate honours in the 24-hour race, which is arguably the world's toughest motor race.
Once we have arrived into Dieppe and safely disembarked from the ferry, Le Mans is just a few hours' drive, as it is from most of the cross-channel ferry ports.
So we're on our way to Le Mans. We are about 140 kilometres away. Here we are, whizzing through the beautiful French countryside, doing about 130. No, that's kilometres, not miles per hour. No need to break the speed limit. We're all very relaxed today. We're chilling out because we're on a holiday. It's all very lovely. So next stop, Le Mans. So as you can probably tell, we made it to Le Mans. Lovely to be here, and it's very quiet. Yes, that is lively. It's got some hiss and fizz to it. Is there anything better than drinking French champagne in France?
Eating French bread and French pâté.
With the champagne.
With the champagne, which we're about to do.
With a French motor race going on right in front of us. So cheers. Here's to Le Mans, a successful one.
When most people think about Le Mans, they think about the 24-hour race, which is fair enough because that's what it's famous for. But the reality is very different. This festival of motor racing is in town for a fortnight. So is scrutineering and drivers' parades and all the other festivities that accompany this automotive circus. It's nearly a week before they even think about unlocking the gates to the circuit. Within the grid of the 62 starters, there are 4 separate divisions: Hypercars, LMP2, Pro and Amateur. The 24-hour race has long since attracted the gentleman racer, and this year is no exception as Michael Fassbender takes to the wheel of the Patrick Dempsey Porsche in the amateur class. As if the 24-hour race wasn't enough on its own to keep you entertained, there are other events also on the card. Porsche Cup, Ligier Challenge and Road to Le Mans all provide drivers the opportunity to get used to the challenging 8-mile circuit. This year we're staying with the fabulous Lycian Events, who have their campsite over at the Porsche Curves. This provides the ideal location to watch the cars come down the Indianapolis Straight before entering into the Porsche Curves themselves. And for any confirmed petrolhead, the opportunity to have breakfast, lunch and dinner in front of the Le Mans race is the epitome of heaven itself. After 100 years of Le Mans, there are plenty of historical references on display, none more so than this Tom Wilkinshaw Racing XJR-9LM from 1988. Driven by Andy Wallace, Johnny Dumfries and Jan Lammers, this particular Jaguar was the 6th of 7 cars to claim overall victory here at the legendary Le Mans.
And if you think it's quite loud here, you're right, because these cars will come past you anything up to 115 decibels. Which is way beyond the legal limit for most tracks in the UK, because they tend to top out around about the 100 to 105. So it's loud. And there's a lot of it, and it's great fun.
But one of the reasons why Le Mans scores so highly as a spectator event is the ability for the ordinary fan to get up close and personal with the cars. And there are plenty of opportunities to see and walk the track. but it's the access to the pit lane and the ability to see the cars in their final stages of preparation that scores so highly amongst fans. No £1,000 or invitation-only pit passes are required here. Oh no, just be respectful of the cars and don't touch anything. In terms of access, this is as good as it gets. It's right up there with the Goodwood Revival and of course the Festival of Speed. If you're lucky and your timing is good, you might just hear the engines being put through their paces, and who knows, you might even meet a famous French author signing copies of his animation book.
Voilà. Merci bien, Paul.
And as the seemingly endless list of preparation jobs gets completed, no task is too great and no detail is too small. The name of the game here is eliminating your excuses. Oh, and hoping that Lady Luck is on your side.
And as the cars come up the start-finish straight for the very first time, there'll be 24 hours of racing ahead of them. There's going to be tragedy and triumph. There'll be adversity overcome under incredible circumstances. There'll be victories, there'll be losses, and it all goes to make Le Mans 24 hours. That's why it's such a special race. And just in case you were wondering why you would travel for 24 hours at breakneck speed, risking all that life can throw at you, it's for this. The 24-hour Le Mans Trophy. Only 3 drivers get to touch this one, and it's for the overall winner.
So it's race day, and we'd love to get to our seats early and soak up some of the atmosphere. It's Le Mans, so there's always plenty to see, and this automotive carnival is in full swing. But there's still nearly 3 hours to go. I mean, look at this place, it's absolutely heaving. With the usual formalities and the national anthems dispensed with, it's time to get on with the traditional presenting of the starter's race flag. The French Special Forces clearly had their own unique interpretation of home deliveries. And with the French tricolour safely delivered, we can commence the race. And in homage to the famous Le Mans start of previous iterations, we are ready for the off. Ahead of them, 24 hours of grueling, unrelenting, hardcore racing. So the cars head off on a slow installation lap around the 8.5-mile circuit, and then precisely at 4 o'clock, the cars will start at 24 hours. Ahead of the teams lies 24 hours of grueling racing, which can see the leading car cover anything up to 3,250 miles. The very fastest cars will be doing an average speed around the Circuit de la Sarthe of over 135 miles per hour, with a top speed well in excess of 220. Le Mans 24 Hours' reputation as the world's most grueling motor race is well deserved. Within a few hours, nighttime settles in, and that's where the race really starts to come alive. Whilst the visibility has decreased, the pace hasn't, and the demands on the driver are ever increasing. So it's of paramount importance that the drivers are kept fresh and able to operate at peak physical performance at all times. Fortunately, the demands on the Spectator are less arduous, and there's plenty going on to fill your night hours with. For us, we're going to head to the ACO for a drink and a bite to eat.
So it's just gone midnight, and we're at 8 hours into the race, and we've come inside the ACO lounge to warm up a little bit. It's a bit of a breeze out there. It's a bit of edge to it, despite it's in the summer sunshine during the day. So it's a bit tough at the top of the field. Winning GTE with 1 or 2, and the Toyota's trading places at 1 or 2. But we love the night hours. It's when the race really comes alive and the drama starts to happen. People get tired and make mistakes, and everything changes in a heartbeat. Now 3 o'clock in the morning, and we've got back to the bank on the Porsche curves, and at this time of night you're faced with 2 options. You can say, well, we're 11 hours into the race, and the sun will be coming up quite soon, so it's really time to get some sleep so we can be fresh for the following day. Or you can say, you know what, let's go and sit on the bank and drink a very nice Saturn after pack. So we've taken the second of the options. Cheers. Oh, that works.
Well, it's daylight once again, and the pace is just as frantic as when we left it in the night. You do feel like you're missing out by going to bed, and perhaps one year we'll do the full 24 hours. In what feels like a heartbeat, we're now in the final 3 hours of the race, and the teams are doing everything they can to make sure they can bring their cars home in one piece. Hours now, and for some teams the end can't come soon enough, and yet for others they just need a few more laps to make up those vital places. A splash and dash, a driver change, a set of new tyres, whatever is required to get that car home, nothing is left to chance, and all the while the clock keeps on ticking. The end is getting close now. "20 minutes. Is it too soon to get out the victory caps and the flags and the t-shirts, or do they stay in the box for another year?" Three, 2, 1, 0, and that's it. The end of the race. Le Mans 2022 has finished. The next year's event is the 100th anniversary of Le Mans. Will you be there? But for now, it's all about the victors from this year. Class wins for Porsche, for Aston Martin, and of course, Toyota taking the overall Le Mans 24-hour victory.
How do you win
A 250,000 spectators were there to watch this year's race, and it looks like every single one of them is holding a Toyota flag underneath the podium. A great job by the Gazoo marketing department, but an even better job by the race team. And now that we're done with the celebrations, we can wander over to Parc Fermé and have a look at these wonders of engineering that are powered on through 24 hours, incredible feats of endurance. The rigours of 24 hours on the racetrack are clear for all to see, and certainly these cars need a clean and a little bit of body filler in places, but one thing's for sure, these cars will look box fresh when they're ready on the start line for the next event.
Now, you've no doubt heard Formula One commentators talk about the marbles, and what they refer to is the rubber that comes off tyres. And if you ever wonder what the difference between a road tyre and a racing tyre is, it's this, because road tyres will not stick to the road when you've lifted there. Racing tyres absolutely do, and they are so tacky. So you have various different compounds, and this is why racing tyres only last a few laps, whilst road tyres will last many, many tens of thousands of miles, especially if you treat them right. So that's the difference. And the year done. Was it a fantastic race? Absolutely. Was it a classic? Well, probably not, because Toyota was always the foregone conclusion, although this is Le Mans and anything can happen at any given time. I think Murray Walker probably said that many years ago. Le Mans is an amazing event, and I would recommend you could come in and try it if you haven't done so before. With the advent of electrification, who knows how long we're going to have left to enjoy the audible delights of V8s and hybrid engines running up and down the Mulsanne straight of over 200 miles an hour and popping our eardrums as they run up and down the start-finish straight. Don't miss it, come and do it, it's amazing. Do check out our website on classiccarrepublic.com, and you'll find lots of interesting things for you to view and see there. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.